So, of course, I have to kick things off by saying happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. By the way, how cool is this? The first night of Hanukkah is on Christmas this year. That's rare. So it's pretty cool. Enjoy it. Whatever you're celebrating, I wish you a happy holiday season, a happy new year. Of course, I just hope you're smiling, you're healthy, enjoying what's left of 2024, getting ready to put it in the books, as they say, and advance on to 2025. We have a clean slate. We hit the reset button in more ways than one here in the USA in 2025. Now, to get to Christmas and Hanukkah, if you're silly enough at least, or a Seinfeld fan, or both, you celebrate Festivus every 23rd of December. If you're Rand Paul, the representative from the great state of Kentucky, I'll talk more about him in a moment, you release your annual Festivus report. This is the 11th year that this was released. So what's this all about? Well, in Washington, D.C., today on December 23rd, U.S. Senator Rand Paul, Republican Kentucky ranking member of the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, released his 2024, quote, Festivus, end quote, report, totaling over $1 trillion in government waste. And you know, in a lot of ways, Rand Paul was also a doctor. Time magazine, about 10 years ago, I remember this. Here's the cover. They called Rand Paul, a decade ago, the most interesting man in politics. He certainly is amongst them still. Well, he was a predecessor, or again, a pioneer to what's going to go on with Doge, as Elon and Vivek are going to head up that department. And I'm assuming that they will use Rand Paul's Festivus report as sort of a holy grail, or at least a directory, a point of navigation, so to speak, that will outline a lot of this government waste. And it is ridiculous. Look at this. This is a fact I always think about when you see reports of government waste, as so eloquently reported in this Festivus report for a decade plus, that there are 44,000 United States veterans that go to sleep homeless every night. But as we take a look at page 4 of the 41-page Festivus report, go Google it, easy to find. You can read through item by item. It'll blow your mind. You'll laugh, but at the end, it'll leave you depressed. Well, here's page number 3. Now, while 44,000 U.S. veterans, brave warriors, go to sleep homeless every night, the government, our government, is busy doing things like spending money, as you see, the second highlight, money to manure. The Department of Ag, the USDA, is spending $20 million on the Fertilize Right initiative to advance fertilizer use in countries such as Pakistan, Vietnam, Colombia, and Brazil. $20 million bucks so they can learn how to use poop the right way. But yet again, our homeless veterans, 44,000, don't have a bed to sleep in every night. And that's just one. I'm just pointing out the veterans. One case to point out against just how blatantly and criminal this loose spending is by our government, and how the Festivus report points it out every year. Let's go back to the report. Let's read another one. Going viral for world peace. The DOS, Department of State, spending over $123,000 to teach Kazakhstani youth how to go viral. We continue. Cat stipend. The DoD, Department of Defense, spent over $10 million on Orwellian cat experiments. And when it says Orwellian cat experience, I had to look it up. So this is from Fox News, and it kind of explains what that means. So according to the report, researchers would strap the kittens to a table. They spun them around, had holes drilled into their skulls to keep them in place. And you see the quote there from Rand Paul, and it's all being done with your money. More than $1.5 million of it. Unbelievable. I just keep saying that. Next bullet point on down I share with you. Big Bird goes to Baghdad. Oh, yeah. The Agency for International Development, USAID, spent $20 million approximately on Alan Simsim, a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. So that's where your tax dollars are being spent. You want to see the character? Well, there he is right there. That's Bosma, Muppet from the Simsim show, the Sesame Street show in Pakistan. In Iraq. Speaking on stage during the 2019 Concordia Annual Summit at the Grand Hyatt in New York City. Oh, man. Department of State, the DOS, spent about $250,000 in Bosnia to fight misinformation. Down at the bottom, let's continue with the ridiculousness. Dragging tax dollars onto thin ice. The National Endowment for the Arts, NEA, awarded the Bearded Ladies Cabaret $10,000 grant to support a cabaret show on ice skates focused on climate change. And the beat goes on. This is where our tax dollars are spent. I can't help but laugh. It's like a nervous laugh, but it really makes you sick. And I thank Senator Rand Paul for his service and contributions in doing this every year. And I'm certainly going to get ready to thank Elon and Vivek. They're going to put together a website with dashboards where you can track and see where these dollars are spent in more ways than one. And I'm just highlighting a few of the expenditures and the waste. The list keeps going on and on. Again, I recommend you go check it out if you want some holiday reading. Entertaining, depressing, but again, it has to change, and it will. Donald J. Trump gets in office on January 20th, 2025, and we are never going to see tax dollars that are being wasted, being reported like this. It'll be a new age in America. It's going to be eye-opening, and I think it's going to blow our minds. But finally, as the swamp gets exposed, we get to learn exactly where our tax dollars are wasted and try to reverse that cycle. We have to reverse that cycle. We have to start spending our money on making America great again. Let's start by helping those veterans, those 44,000 veterans. Let's get them homes. And hopefully next year on the Festivus report, we're way, way, way under $1 trillion. And there's lots less to laugh about. Again, happy holidays from Red Dawn Media.